Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Planning has always been my way of working out problems and solving the day-to-day issues in my life. Join me as I experiment on how to best tackle projects, figure out how to stick with habit tracking, and celebrate the wins, both big and small. So grab a cup or a glass of whatevs and let's get on with the video. Hey planner friends, today is October 31st. Don't you know it? The month went by so fast. This whole year is going by way too fast and I can't hold it all on my own. So it is what it is. So happy Halloween. And I thought I would show you my setup for the month of October. My review of what I thought about it, and also like my thoughts going forward to the next month, because I won't be staying only in here. All in one shot, in one video. So you're welcome, and let's get started. Okay, so here's the thing. I sat down twice to film this. I plugged in my camera into my old school. It's like 10 years old. I mean, I love it. I love this iMac. It's 10 years old. I just use it for conference calls and stuff, but it froze. And so I had to start over again. And I kind of use it like a monitor just every once in a while to see if things are kind of not blurry, because I feel like I'm practically blind. That's not true, but I wear glasses and sometimes they're dirty, so it feels like everything is just a blur. Yeah, so I hope that this is somewhat in focus. I can't really tell from the tiny, let me look, from the tiny little, yeah, no, I'd have to take off my glasses, and even then, who knows? Who knows? Is this somewhat focused? I hope so. We gotta go on. Anyway, okay, so here's what I started. And I thought I was gonna do this in September. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get that together because it was a busy beginning of the school year for my niece. And I felt like I just needed an actual planner that was dated in order for me to get some stuff done. And so I was like, no to the bullet journal, even though my heart was like, you need to be in a bullet journal. So October, I finally decided to give this a go, and I went back to my old school weeklies. Now, for you guys out there who've done bullet journaling, you know that this is not that serious. Like, I set up all of these weeks all in like one day, just in one shot, just because I was like, we're just gonna do this. And it's not that serious. But some people look at this and they're like, oh my gosh, Sylvia, I thought you said minimalist. This is minimalist for me. Like, what is minimalist for you guys? I'm not sure, but since I just do this in one day and I just fill it out throughout the weeks, I don't have to like set this up every single week or every single day. Does that make sense? For those people who are out there like, I don't think I can give that a shot. It's not that serious. Here are my dailies. They're not like uniformed, and that's okay because I just made them as big or as little as I wanted, and I changed them up, which is nice because it gives my brain a break and allows me to think that I'm doing stuff new, even though I'm not. I left a space for reviews, which you can clearly see that I didn't do anything with. Usually I'm like, okay, if I make the space for it, maybe I'll, vomit it out there, but I didn't, so there's that. This was a whole bunch of nothing as well that I failed at. I just can't seem to put all the things I want to do for a month in like the monthly task area. I just put that all on like sticky notes and in other places. And I try, again, I feel like if I create a space for it, it will get filled. That's not always true. Filled of Dreams is a lie. Just kidding. I've never even watched that movie, but it's on my list. It's on my list. Okay, so here's my monthly. I started to fill out a little bit with movies because if you know anything about me and you've watched my channel for a while, we like to try to watch a scary movie every single day. I know we watched some here. I couldn't remember what they were because I stopped filling this out. So that happened. I know. Also, we did TV series as well just because we wanted to get it done. This is empty. Obviously, that was super helpful, but I made a place for it thinking, hey, maybe if you make a place and break these things down, you'll fill it out. I didn't even cross them off, so there's that. Here's how my weeklies looked, and again, I just set these up all at the same time in the same day, just so that I already have them. So again, if this is like not minimalist for you, I don't do this every single day. I don't know, whatever, you do you. I had a section over here. This was kind of like the weekly task list. I didn't really fill it up very much. Like this one, I didn't even fill up at all. And then sometimes I filled out things, didn't cross off stuff, but I got it out of my brain, which was nice. That's true. And then this thing was a hot mess. So I have critique partners, and I thought that instead of doing what I did over here, which was, okay, So I quit here. I had two of these kind of like Lister method rolling weeklies, whatever you'd like to call them here. And one was like for tasks and the other one was habit tracking. And this is where I was trying to track what days I read pages for my critique partners, what days I worked on the pages that they read for me, and then did corrections and stuff like that for my novel writing. And I was like, I don't like doing that. I miss having like my chart. I used to have a weekly chart like this, and then everyone had their own name, their own section. I thought this would be great. Well, here's the thing. Sometimes I would work on like a Tuesday. I'd find a pocket of time and I'd get 2 people or 3 people marked off. And then like on Saturday, I'd find more time and I'd get everyone else done. And so it wasn't me chipping away every single day at this like I thought it would be, just because there are a lot more, because I have 2 critique partners groups at the same time. Is that even English? Going at the same time with 2 different books. So I thought I needed all this space. And it's sort of like the dishes. If I knew I needed to do it, I just got it done, and I didn't really need to record it, if that makes sense. So, or plan it either. So that's what happened there. It's just, I know, it's fine to experiment. If you also made like spreads and you're like, this is not working out, you understand. So this is something going forward I needed to fix and figure out for not only the next 2 months, the last 2 months, I should say, of 2025. That is crazy. And going forward into 2026. Like, do I need to buy something for this? I think the answer is no, because I couldn't even fill out the ones that I made. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, how do I incorporate it? I didn't want to put it in here with like another column because I was concerned it would get lost and I would forget to do it. But honestly, I don't forget to do it because I like being a critique partner and I love finding time to do this stuff. So it does get done. It's just, where do I put that information that would make me happy? I might go back to this. It's not that it was a bad system. I just, I felt like I needed more space and then I didn't. Whatever. Okay, so some weeks, again, I just had big spaces where I didn't need all the stuff. I didn't mark things off even though I did them. So I wasn't utilizing this planner all that much. It was more like I just wanted a bunch of to-do lists that I never marked off. I don't know. Like, here we are on the 31st. This also goes from November 1st and the 2nd before the next week starts. And I don't think I'm even going to use that here because I did make a new one with those days over here. So I was like, do I finish it here or do I go here? I don't even know. But these are like silly little struggles that I also have in my planner. And you're like, oh my God, this lady is crazy. I don't know why I'm watching her channel for any kind of information. Listen, you should be taking what you like and leaving what you don't. You can leave the crazy, which is probably about 75% of this video. But the 25 is quality, you guys. Quality cucumber shake. If you know what that's from, you're awesome. All right, so what else? What else do I have to say about this? I feel like I need what is this called? A bullet journal, because a planner doesn't have the extra pages that I need. And I know you're going to talk about like paper test designs and sterling ink and yada yada. And I'm just going to keep throwing at you, Tomoe River paper pass. So I don't know. I want a bullet journal that has the capability of having a planner in it like this that I draw out myself, but I also need something that is dated. So I'm obviously a 2 planner system girl, 3, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out before the new year because I've only got 1 planner, you guys, as far as you know. No, I'm just kidding, just the one. And I was trying to fit it in here and it does fit. So this is I always have to open it so I don't read it wrong. Filofax, Classic Croc, Personal, and I did remove the rings. I know. Is that sacrilegious? Probably. But I love it, and I've used this last year. Last year I had a B6 Leuchtturm in here. And that was a monthly planner, and I just didn't utilize that planner all that much, but I did love it, and it is a nice size. So I have my B6 Slim in here, and this is the Kokyo Jibun Tacho Days. And I'm giving it a go because I was like, this is such a fat thing, you know, now that we know that it's the full year and not the avec situation where we have, you know, a month in one book and, or sorry, 6 months in one book and 6 months in the other. But it does fit in here very nicely, because I find this to be a little bit more narrow. It's not like meant for wide rings or anything like that, but it fits this in here. Both of the idea books also fit in here. I have the stencils that go with the for the Jibun Techo by Kokyo. And then I was thinking about, could I fit something else in here? But the answer is no. The answer is another planner or another notebook is just not gonna get it together. But I mean, it does fit in here very nicely. Nothing's being bent the wrong way or anything like that. You can see there. I am not going to be able to tuck this in here though, because of the, oh, it's dark in here, I'm sorry, because of the arc situation that's going on. It's a lovely design, but it's also stupid because it's not, you know, the length isn't from here to here because it does go down like this. It's more like from here to here. Even this length here, I can't fit this in because we all know that the B6 slims tend to be a little bit taller, especially the, well, I just think the Japanese and Asian ones in general tend to be taller than anything in the US. That's just been my experience. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. But I can just keep it housed in here with everything else. And I think that might make me happy and I might love that. So I'm going to try to give this a go at the beginning of the year. But as you can see, since I do have dailies, it really doesn't fix my situation that I'm having with this habit tracking that I tried here and then here. In here, there is a tracker because although this is called the daily, I feel like because I'm in manual focus, because the further away I get from the desk, the more out of focus I am. I'm apologizing if that's the case. But down here we do have tracking for every single month. So I could write them down here if I wanted to. Again, because I find pockets of time, I don't need all this space. So I'm like, what do? Do I just write critique partners and then put like the first letter of each person so I know what day I worked on that person's stuff? That could be something that I do. I could also do the same thing in here where I'm like, and you're like, Sylvia, I'm not a writer, so this is not beneficial to me. It doesn't have to be writing in general. It could be anything you're doing. Maybe you're an artist and you're trying to do, I don't know, you're trying to draw something or sculpt something like different little figurines or whatever, and you're trying to do so many in like a 10-day period or in a month, and you're trying to break down, you know, how many days you worked on each project. That's sort of just what I need. So if you have any ideas for that, let me know down below. But I'm still playing with that right now, and we'll see how that goes, if I figure it out or not. Yeah, so my monthly situation, it doesn't work here. It doesn't work here. So what I ended up doing was in the back, I numbered the pages because this is a Moleskine. What, how many pages is this? 192 pages. So I numbered 60 pages out here in the back. And this just allows me to go in and let's say I'm on like a week here, this week, and I need to refer to like a note I have here in the back or some kind of plan I've mapped out. I can say, okay, on page 60 is for, you know, this trip that we're going on. Here's the information that I have for the hotels. Here's the stuff I still need to do. And I don't have to write it and dump it all out here, especially if, like, for instance, something is happening at the beginning of November and we're at the end of October and I haven't drawn this stuff out yet. Although I already have, like, it's already all drawn out. And I don't have to do this work again. It's just my dailies if that's what I want to do. I can just go ahead and refer to a page in the back here by putting like page 60 with a circle. That way I know that this is the notes page that I am working off of. And I can have more than one. So if I'm doing like one that's for a trip and the other ones is notes for a CP or whatever, somebody that I'm working with in one of my critique groups, and I have questions for them, I know that that's on page like 49 and I can just circle it here. So that's what's helpful about the bullet journal system with my habits that I'm trying to work on, my writing in general. But planner wise, it's not always convenient because I just sometimes want something that's predated. Now, I know what you're saying. I'm with you. You're like, Sylvia, this is predated. like you had to do the work, but it's predated. That is true, but my dailies are not. And I get lazy about them, and that's why I kind of like that these ones are already done for me. So I feel like this would work really well for to-dos daily and noting stuff. Like when I'm doing stuff down here, I can write, I worked on this person's pages. But I still need to see that like throughout the week or throughout the month, and flipping through for 30 or 31 days is kind of annoying. So it's nice to have it all in one place. So my other concern that I need to start working on for the next 2 months is, do I just write it on dailies in here, and then at the end of each week, go to the weekly in here and write it all out, like kind of record it so I can see it all in one place? Or do I like do the same and in the monthly, just write it all out and update it? Because I'm really, really stinking lazy about this monthly. And I have drawn out the full month in boxes to see if that would change. And it just pisses me off because it takes longer and I still avoid it. So, yeah, those are all my thoughts and feelings. I would love to keep all of this stuff digitally, you guys, but I forget to do it all of the time. It'll work for like maybe a couple of days or a week, and I don't do it. I don't do it. I've tried other apps. I don't open it. I naturally am someone who likes to analog. I am when it comes to stuff like this. There are other things like bullet journals for writing where I'm just like, pass. If it's information that I need to have with me on the go, I'd rather type that up and have it in the cloud somewhere so I can always refer to it. Yeah, so that is my rambles. I hope it helped you not be like me. And that 25% you guys, you got out of it was really helpful to you, and the other 75 you can just like throw away. What are your thoughts and feelings? What are your planners for habit tracking? Have you found something that works? Is it like a seasonal thing where some seasons it works and some it doesn't? I don't really know. Like, I don't have all that much success because I get bored and I planner hop. Yeah, but if I could find something, I thought about even creating a sticky note. I'll have to show you that sticky note some other time because it's in the other room, but I was thinking about creating a sticky note where I just put it on there. Is that something I do? How many sticky notes do I need? I will flash this on the screen or put it down below to let you know who created this because it's teeny tiny, and if I try to go down to see what it says, my head's gonna get stuck in the shot. But yeah, I love these. That's certainly something I could do, write all their names and just make sure to check them off and put the dates on here. But again, like sticky notes for me are like throwaway things. I guess I could keep them in my planner, but sometimes like I need to refer to things when someone's like, oh, you missed my pages, or remember that time I submitted this? I need a place where I can look that up, and digitally just doesn't work for me, y'all. It just doesn't work for me. I know. I do have notes that I take for them digitally, and I tried to put stuff there. I would forget to check it. The only time I check it is when I actually sit down to do it. So it's not a helpful reminder that, hey, by the way, you still haven't done this, this, or that, and here are the steps for it to break it down. So it seems like it's not so overwhelming. Yeah. Here's September again, which I didn't use. September's and October. I won't throw those away because I can use them again next year, or I can just write on them and who cares? It's not that serious. So those are all my dilemmas. I know they're not mine alone. Sorry if this was super chatty and crazy, but that's where I am right now. I can't wait to jump into this thing. And here's the struggle, and the struggle is real. I always have to buy a planner ahead of time by a couple of months or so, just so that I get the one that I want. And I usually buy what I want at that time. I don't know if in 2 months, excuse me, I will want this anymore. I think that I will, because I usually start out pretty strong. But it's just kind of sad that I can't just like pick up a planner whenever I want, whatever month I want, and just be able to start it. That's just not how it is, unless you're going to go with something that's slightly undated. And the bullet journal allows me to start this whenever the hell, you know what I'm saying? And so I think I'm a 2 planner person. A bullet journal, and then something that's dated, something that's sturdy and I can rely on, and something I can just be whimsical and an artiste in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I hope this was helpful to you, and if it wasn't, 25% is all I guarantee on this channel. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Everyone have a happy and safe Halloween. Eat some candy for me. Watch something great. I'm gonna try to do the same for you. All right, bye.